Yo, what's happening? Hey, man, listen, just want to tell everybody, man, thanks for tuning in to yet another edition of the HiramGlyhics. Excuse me, I know some of y'all is like, okay, why is you naming the style the HiramGlyhics? Well, basically, Hiram is me. That's my name. My name is Brother Hiram, right? Glyphics is to play on the words like the metaneta, the HiramGlyhics, you know. I break certain things down, give you a true definition on what you're seeing, because when you see a thing, you think you're seeing what you're seeing, just like in the metaneta. You think you see what it is, but it takes somebody who can read a thing to translate that so you can understand it a lot better. And so I use things like my personal experience, a little bit of study, and a little bit of dictionary work to get in. When I say a little bit, that don't mean it's very little and I'm just taking a stab at shit and just throwing it at. No, I'm literally breaking everything down so you can see it. So that's why I call them the HiramGlyhics. It's meaning Brother Hiram is breaking this shit down for you and yours, okay? All right, man. Now, real quick, man, a lot of you guys are familiar with the broadcast we do on our website, akronhiphop.com. Or via social media like Facebook, and to be, particularly speaking. Here, when you deal with Mecca Media Entertainment, you deal with podcasts or broadcasts. Broadcast for us is something when you see the subject moving, talking, walking around, you really see human beings in the video. It's basically a video. Podcast is anything that you hear, but you don't see the subject. You may see pictures changing, stuff like that to help illustrate what the people are saying, but you don't see the person. It's not an actual video of a person talking or getting interviewed or anything like that. So for Mecca Media, again, a broadcast is when you see the person, the physical representation of the person talking, conveying his or her brand or whatever the hell. Podcast is when you're just hearing someone talking like I'm doing right now. I'm just talking. You don't see me. You just hear me. So today's podcast is simply titled, Why You Should Never Stress While at Work. I'm going to say that again. Why you should never stress while you at work. Now, before I even get into this, I need to let you know, anytime I have worked, for the most part, I have worked for the establishment. I have been in the management position some kind of way, be an assistant manager or the manager for the most part. So these particular understandings that I'm giving it to you based on my humble experience and my knowledge of the position and my know-how and some definition of words, right? So here we go. Why should you never be stressed out while you're at work? Number one, it ain't your job. You don't own it. It's not yours. This job is simply facilitating something for you. You are the person that's going into work for capitalistic gain. You want to pull resources out for you and your family. That's the only reason why you at work. That's the number one, should be the only reason why you leaving your wife, your husband, your children, or your loved ones at home for 8 hours a day, 40 hours plus a week. Okay, some of you sisters are going to work 9 to 5. The child's, your baby's kids got to go to bed at 8 o'clock, so you're really spending 3 hours a day, which that's less than 3 hours a day with your children. So I'm saying, understand why you at work. You at work to simply pull resources, sacrificing physical time with your loved ones to go pull that resources out to ultimately take care of your loved ones. So that's number one. It's not your job. It's not yours. You're just in there for money thing. Once you get that through your head, you will understand that any job you do can literally do that. You can stay in the same profession and there could be certain things that may stretch you out this particular job that you just don't feel like dealing with no more. And hell, you can go to the next one. Okay? It's really that simple. They try to tell you it's good to be on the same job for thousands of years. No, it's good to be employed so you can be gainfully employed consistently so you won't miss any paychecks, so you can take care of your business, and your business is your family at home. These are just my thoughts. You know what I mean? And then you have to identify, what is your job title? What do the seat that you sit in represents while you at your job? I mean, are you the end all be all at your job? If you're not the end all be all at your job, your stress level should be at the minimum. Because at the end of the day, you can always go to your supervisor and put that situation, that difficult situation, in the hands of your supervisor. So let's just say if your seat is is you right up under the supervisor, so there's certain things that you can handle. And let's just say if certain people ain't listening to you on your job, you ain't got to go toe to toe with nobody. Why? Because you're not the end all be all. You can always go to the supervisor or the person that's above you. That's what he or she gets paid to handle that, to get the store back in order, to get the business back in order, to get the office back in order. That's what it's about, right? And here's another thing I need for people to know that can keep the stress at an all-time level while you're at the job. Check this out. You can never really get in trouble. I used to hear that all the time, man. Yo, I'm going to get in trouble. People think they get in trouble for calling off work and stuff. You can't get in trouble. First off, we need to identify the word trouble. I took the liberty of looking it up to break it down. Trouble is simply difficulties or problems. To worry or bother. I'm going to say that again. Trouble is difficulty or problems. To worry or bother. See, but when we say we're going to get in trouble, we think that like you're going to get a punishment, whooping, reprimand, you're getting reprimanded or possibly fired. Okay? That's what we think when we be like, oh my God, we're going to get in trouble. Listen, let me tell you something, man. You cannot get in trouble calling off work. Okay? The trouble that we think like, oh my God, I'm going to be reprimanded, I'm going to be cussed out, I'm going to get this, that, and the third. No. You cannot. Because per definition, trouble means simply a difficulty or problem. So if you call off, at the end of the day, the only problem or difficulty you're causing is to the manager that's got to call somebody in for you. That's it. Yeah, I'm like this, man. If I'm calling off and I'm working and I'm calling off and I'm calling the 2 hours off prior like I am supposed to, bet nobody asks me why the hell I'm calling off. Like, hey, why you calling off? That's none of your damn business. I ain't gonna be able to make it in there today. That's how I feel. It ain't none of your business why I'm calling off. I know the protocols. I know how many times I have to call off in the many months or the weeks or whatever. I know my point system. I know how to point out. I know all that. You need not to know or have to even convey, sisters, that you bleeding that day or that you can't get a babysitter that day. It's really not their business. That's why these things are set in place so you can know. So you sitting there worried and stressed about calling off, and you a grown ass human being faking, coughing, faking, killing people off in your family. Uncle Bruh's dead. Cousin Mook just got shot up. You making all types of ridiculous shit so you won't go to work like you a child or something like that. It's not necessary. At the end of the day, that's unnecessary stress while you at the job. Or you ain't even at the job, right? And check this out. How about this? Another thing that you need to be doing is take the personal out of the situation. Ain't nothing personal while you in your job. So let's say if you that person again, that mid-range management, right? And you telling somebody what they need to be doing and they don't submit to your leadership or they don't hearken unto your leadership. And you take it personal like, oh, this man disrespecting me. He disrespecting me or she disrespecting me. Okay, and then you stand there going toe to toe. No, they're not disrespecting you. Let's get this out of your head. You want to take it out of the personal. They're disrespecting the seat you hold because you don't have to be there. That person who else is there or sitting in your seat, they will still get the same amount of little bit of respect because they don't respect the whole hierarchy as it states. So the person you're trying to ride, now I'm not saying you ain't gonna have no problem with somebody and they have it out for you. But at the end of the day, it's not you, it's the seat. So you shouldn't go home complaining 90 damn hours to your mate about something that's happening when you got somebody that you can complain to. It's called your supervisor. Immediate supervisor say, hey, this clown is not paying me no attention. He's disrespecting me. Boom. And that manager or that supervisor is supposed to ensure that situation is handled, never to happen again. And if it keep happening again, that manager should already start written notices and written situations to get that motherfucker up out of there. Okay? Did I say that? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I'm not on the job. Talk the way I want to talk, man. Feel me before they kill me, y'all. All right, man. How about this? As long as you plan it by the book and you're not changing nothing, this is what I mean by playing by the book. Let's say you're a smoker, okay? And you one of the smokers that's got to smoke every 15 to 20 minutes. Your crew is seeing you. Again, you're the mid-range management. Your crew is seeing you, so every time you go out to smoke, you go out to smoke, you go out to smoke. They seeing that. So Brother George may feel like, hell, I'm about to take me a break, and he go out to smoke, and he's out there less than his 5-minute smoke break. Or let's say he's taking it on his smoke break on his 15 minutes. So every time you notice, he's coming back 25 minutes after. So you're going to go over there and you're going to talk to him. You're going to be like, yo, you riding the clock a little too long. He's not going to respect you because 9 times out of 10, he's going to say, but you always leaving every 15 to 20 minutes. So when I say play it by the book, it's to simply play it by the book, meaning don't you go out there 1,000 times belittling the book itself and everybody seeing it. You're creating a standard, okay, to where they can do you or say stuff to you and check you. So as long as you're playing it by the book yourself, you can play everything by the book. You can go to Brother Jordan and be like, hey man, you taking 20 minutes, man. Do I need to talk to you about this? Okay. And you are literally talking to them about this. And for the record, if you got to talk to somebody on how to be at their job, it should be a written notice that you had that conversation with that person. I'm a component of writing up every conversation I have with somebody. Yes, and it is considered a write-up because at the end of the day, let's say you start doing stuff that really gets on my nerves and kind of impact the productivity of the day, and you are becoming a nuisance. All those little things that you have done in the beginning, I have no proof that you was that damn whack. So now I got to start my paper trail from that point, and it's going to prolong me getting your ass out of there. So I'm going to already have you, guess what, written notices all the way up every time you messed up. Because I ain't going to stress out over none of you guys at all, and that's not my job, is to stress. My job is to come in there while I'm there, sit in this seat and handle it properly. And that's what I want you guys to know. That's what it's supposed to be. And then the last but not least on why you shouldn't stress out of the job, I'm going to give you a little bit of story. I can remember at one particular place, we used to, the business opened at 9. We used to come in at 7. Okay. It was said by another manager. This manager was one step above me. Okay. And I'm a part of the management team. I think I was the assistant, right? And it was a she. I'm gonna keep it in a buck. She was like, hey, we was in a meeting in front of everybody, and she was like, listen, if you're gonna call off before your 7 o'clock arrival, call us at our homes on our personal phones so we can know. I said, hold on, homeboy. Hold on, homegirl. I don't want these kids calling me or these people calling me at some, so they're calling 2 hours before we have to be in there. So that's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you don't talk too much about your home situation while you're at work, because they will call you at home 2 hours before and think it's okay, especially the ones that really get those calls are the single people, the single women, the people with no kids, the people who don't have a husband or a woman that they got to deal with because you at work telling everybody your lifestyle and what you're doing, so you would be easy targets for those type of calls. I'm like this. I'm not calling nobody prior to them being at the job, because at the end of the day, if it's at 7 o'clock and we open at 9, I have, as soon as I walk in, I'm hearing the phone ringing. I got 2 hours to get somebody in there. I'm not going to take care of work business outside of work 2 hours before I get there. That's unnecessary stress. Okay? So at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't tell people it's cool to call me unless they paid me some money to handle those calls outside of the job. That'll be already in my pay rate, and their cell phone they'll give me the cell phone and everything. Like I say, the most important part is at the top. While I'm sitting taking those calls, imagine if I was that dude to take those calls. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning trying to call somebody to cover you at 7 o'clock when they ain't scheduled to 8 o'clock. So they sleep. I'm waking people up right up under their mate. Some of them could be in the middle of mating, you know what I mean? And you doing all this at 5 o'clock in the morning to get somebody else up. Hell, you done messed up your sleep and everything trying to do that. So why you stressed out? Why you stressing somebody else out? What do you think the owner of the company is doing? It's the number one reason why you shouldn't stress at your job. What do you think the owner of the company is doing? They're sleep comfortable, because they're paying somebody to take care of their business, of his business, like it's yours. Period. You're getting compensated to literally stress yourself out and handle something that the owner of the place is not even concerned with. He done paid himself out of the situation to where he done grinded, created it, whatever he did. Now he's at home having coffee parties. He's doing what the hell, threesomes in the bed. Whatever you think this person is doing while you up at 5 o'clock in the morning trying to get somebody in. You stressed out at 8 o'clock at night, just stressed out over your job. And this dude is at the damn swimming pool having martinis and stuff. Why? Because you don't have your worries. Imagine that. I need to get this in. I'm worrying about ordering this. He pays you to do that. And so you at home, even worried about his business at home, makes you look silly. You have to prioritize people. Not only look silly, I'm here to say you are silly. So listen, stressing off at the work or stressing out at the job is ridiculous, man. Because number one, you can't get in trouble. It's impossible. The worst case scenario, you can get let go. And getting let go is not getting in trouble because you're gone. You're away from the situation. Again, trouble means difficulty or problems. It don't mean you getting your ass whooped, you getting cussed out, you getting reprimanded. That's not what that means. That's not what trouble really means. It's difficulty or problem. Now, are you going to be the difficulty? Are you going to be the problem? Or are you going to let them, as far as the problems pop up or the trouble pops up out of nowhere? Because you cannot get in trouble. Trouble is not a real thing. It's a concept. It's a thought. So once you put these things in the head, man, like I said, it's not your business to be that damn concerned and worried. Sister's hair falling out, brother's hair falling out over somebody else's stuff. And you done grind for 40 years for somebody like it's yours. And then at the end of the day, you get a goddamn watch and a pension, okay? Hey, man, listen, I go on days and days over and over about topics like this. But again, I'm just trying to put that knowledge you can't get in college, man. A little understanding for your planning. This is the HiramGlyhics. We're going to be doing this every week, man. Pretty soon you'll start seeing us live on here on this YouTube channel, interactive, so you guys can call in so we can go back and forth and bounce with some knowledge that you can't get in college, man, and just talk about these things, man. But in the meantime, the in-between time, man, y'all better feel me before they kill me. It's the HiramGlyhics.